Hello, everybody. Welcome to Naija Commandos for Life. It's your boy Goke Taiwo, C89 Tiger House. Today is a very special episode. We're very honored, my co-host Anai Ifedapolowe, to have the family of Colonel Lawal, our first commandant, to remember him on the 20th anniversary of his passing. So he's a commandant like no other. We're very happy to be able to speak to the family and discuss about his life, his legacy, his left in command, so that not just those who met him in command, but others who've come to the school, we learn about him, the man who was the first commandant, and the presence he's put in after that. We're very grateful to the Lawal family for gracing us with their presence and approaching us to actually do this interview to celebrate him. So I'll pass this over to my co-host Ife Tapolowe to introduce the family. Ife, take it away. Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. I'm actually very delighted to have the Lawal's family here. You know, when I first got a call that we have an emergency video recording, I was like, no way. No, we don't do that. We don't do emergencies. Then I heard the Lawals. I was like, oh, yeah, we got to do it.
Yeah, sure.
so there was no way around it. And I kind of have something. I personally have something in common with you guys. My daddy passed the same year.
No.
My daddy passed in March of 2000. So I was telling you more about it. Yeah. And my daddy was in education, was a principal. And as the show goes on.
Which of the command schools?
It wasn't that. It wasn't. It was the civilians. It was all the civilians. All right. So So I'll just go ahead and introduce everyone after the introduction. It's a brief introduction. Then I want you guys. So we're going to take turns. It's going to be structured. So we'll start with mommy first. Then I think Auntie Shadi is the most senior here, right?
Yeah.
Then my main man, we have gist. So then Shola Maburu, we say Lobi Madam. Right, so now I want to introduce mom. Mom, we thank you for coming. I know you stayed late over there in Lagos. Thank you so much. This would have not been done without you. We need you here for many reasons. Senior Shade, thank you for coming. You introduce yourself, and Sonjo, I salute you.
Perfect.
Inshallah, we have unfinished business with your iPhone. We'll get back to that. All right, so before, let's just go ahead and introduce each other. Mom, if you don't mind, introduce yourselves to everybody.
I'm Mrs. Morika Matsayo Lawal, wife to late Eli Lawal, the first commandant, Command Secondary School, Ipaja, Lagos. So?
Wow, that's cool. That's good. We'll get back to you, Mom.
Okay. Thank you very much, man.
Yep. My name remains Folashade Yetunde Akpinke Nilaya Salako. I am the second child of late Colonel Lawal, their commandant, the first girl. I'm a civil servant. I work at the Lagos State Urban Renewal Agency. I'm an assistant director there, to the glory of God. I have a son, he's just 9 years old. And finished from command as well, 86.
What house were you in command?
Graduate of Lagos State University, BA English, and also have a master's in public administration from the University of Lagos.
What house were you in command?
Sorry?
What house were you in command?
Oh, Flying Horse. No other house.
Oh, that's why I knew you. No, I was in Flying Horse too.
Yeah, Flying Horse.
All right, my main man, you got the floor.
Yeah, in fact, thank you so much. Okay, my name is Obasanjo Lawal. I'm the third born of Colonel Lawal. late Colonel Eli Lawal. I'm a lawyer by profession, and I was in Octopus House in command, and yes, the best set, the outstanding set in command, 87 set. I re-emphasize, I was of the 87 set. So yeah. So and then I have I'm a family man as well, with 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, and I also since Shadi had to market a master's degree, I will also mention that I have master's degree as well in international commercial law from University of Salford, UK.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Oh yeah.
All right. Shola.
Okay, my name is Shola Odunuga ni Lawal. I attended Nigerian Navy Secondary School, 94 set. After that, I proceeded to Ogun State University. I studied law. From there, I went on to the law school, Nigerian Law School. Right now, I live in Maryland, United States. I'm married with 2 boys. And what else? That's just me for now. And I'm the last one. I'm the 4th out of the 4.
You told me a story about your dad. We're going to get back to that, okay?
About who?
Your dad. So we're going to get back to it.
Okay.
We'll get back. All right. So this is a very unique episode, 50th anniversary of late Commandant Lawal, that is very dear to people in our generation. Goke happens to be in that generation too. So I think we're the best generation in command, to be honest with you. We are the best man to lead us. So everything we share right now is just geared towards remembering Commandant Lawal in a very good way. So we're going to start with Mom again. The woman that was with him the whole night before you guys came around. You know what I'm saying? So I think she has a lot to say. So, Mom, we're going to give you the floor uninterrupted. Tell us about this great man.
As a family man, the legacy he's left, soldier, what inspired him to join the Nigerian army? We want to know that. So, yeah, start with that. What made him join the Nigerian army, and also him as a family man? So, if you can give us those.
Okay, let's make it a little interesting. How did you all meet?
Oh yeah, okay. Okay. How did you meet the family, then military, then the family, then family man? Okay, yeah, okay. We can start from there. Mommy, you have the floor.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the floor.
I have the floor. Those questions are for you, ma. How did you meet? What inspired him to join Nigerian army? And him as a family man. So yes, those questions are for you, ma.
Well, my husband was a nice man. He was a nice husband to me, and a nice father to his children. Very loving, and we are always together. You get my point. Yes, he was introvert, while I'm an extrovert.
Really?
Yes. We balance it up. We balance it up. Because me, I used to go out, but he was not the type going out or attending parties. But he loved me for what, I was doing as at that time. So we don't really clash, over whether you are going out or you are doing this. But one thing I used to do for him as at that time, as a wife, I make sure, I prepared good food for him because he loved, good food.
What was his best food, man? What was his best food, man?
What?
What was his best food? What was his best food? Eh?
Best food.
First what?
Best food.
His best food, his best dish.
His best food like amala with ewedu
That's
and
like my dad.
fish.
That's like my dad.
Are you guys from Oyo State? Are you from Oyo State?
No, we are not.
Okay.
I'm Awori. I'm from Ota.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm from Ota. And he loved beans.
Oh, he likes beans. Okay. Good
Yes.
to know.
No other official with beans in command.
To be candid, he was a train. He was a train. Kinde.
Oh, Colonel Lawal was a twin.
For real?
Yes. He was.
Wow, we didn't know that.
Now this is new.
This is new. Our viewers will like this. was his Taiwo a male or female?
Or akara, or you boiled, beans like that.
Okay.
He can take it 3 times in a day.
Wow.
So, and in our family, all my children, they are in love with beans.
Okay.
So I really miss him because he died young.
That's fine.
He died young. He died at the age of 61.
Yeah.
So may his soul rest in perfect peace.
Mommy. Báwo lè ṣe pàdé?
Báwo ṣe pàdé? Okay. He was a teacher in Ota, and I was in Ibadan. I finished my own commercial, secondary school. I was in Ibadan. But along the line, I was on leave and I came to Ota. That was how I met him for the first time. Immediately he saw me, he was in love. Come see, come sir. Yeah. And I went back to Ibadan.
Whoa.
I went back to Ibadan. But later I came back to Ota, on holidays anyway. So from there, that was how we started our loving judges.
Now, I have a question for you kids, the kids.
If I just want to ask one quick question.
You guys know the story.
Sorry?
Do you know the story that she just told us?
Yeah, we are.
Huh?
Did we hear?
Do you know of this story at the Met?
A little bit.
Not as exactly, not as robust as she underlined it now. Yeah. A bit. Not as robust. So we are also learning.
Yeah, okay, we're all learning together. So, Mommy, I have a question for you. One of the questions I have is, what inspired Colonel Lawal to join the Nigerian Army? Because you said you met him when he was a teacher, so I guess he was a civilian at that time, right?
Right.
So, what inspired him to join the Nigerian Army?
Why did he join the Nigerian Army? Do you know?
Well, can I remember that song very well? Well, I think Olusegun Obasanjo was his favorite.
That's obvious.
No wonder.
No wonder against Obasanjo. Okay.
Yes, Olusegun Obasanjo. And lest I forget, when he left Ota as a teacher, it was after that he went to the university. So after that, he went back to Igomode Grammar School to serve for some time before joining the army. but I can't remember
Why?
the exact year he joined the army.
Okay.
For now.
So-
Well, must have been. Can I help mommy out? It must have been before. Was it before 70, 68, 69, 68, 69 thereabout, or in the 70s? In the
I
early
just said
70s.
before he had me or before he had you, or they had us
Exactly,
rather.
exactly. I didn't want to say that particularly, but okay, yeah, must have been before he had me. Before 71.
Obviously.
Before
You had that day or had me?
I come in.
I think it was during the Biafran War. That's why I
I
left.
think it was in the early-
Yeah, late 80s, late 60s.
60s.
Yeah.
He joined the army before the end of
No doubt. Yes.
Civil War.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, yes.
Late
yes.
60s. All right. So,
He
mommy.
joined before the end of Civil War.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So, mommy, we kind of come back to
Yes.
you. We have more questions.
All right.
We have more
Thank
questions.
you.
Thank you,
you.
man. Thank you,
So,
man.
Madam First Lady.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Now you.
now
Good
me
floor.
people.
Senior Shadi.
Yeah.
I remember you from command, actually. I do.
I do. I remember.
You do?
Yeah. I was in Form 2 when you were in Form 5. I know you can't remember.
Now. You were very quiet. So,
But Sonjo I know very well because I used to go to Octopus house.
Oh yeah.
So my
Okay.
name very. I think Sonjo, you remember me now.
Gentleman. I would describe him as a man of the people. A man of the people in the sense that a lot of people liked him. A lot of people were so fond of him. He was easygoing. He was a disciplinarian, and even with his children, we didn't find it funny. Especially when it comes to academics, he was very, very strict. But as evidence, when he was in command, he was not the spare the rod, spoil the child. He was the kind of father that would balance both. If you deserve any commendation, he will give it to you, and if you do otherwise, you have it so tough with him. Like my mom said, he died a little bit earlier than we would have loved, but who are we to question God? I was telling somebody, I said I can describe him like a woman who labored so much in the kitchen to prepare, a meal. And then when the table was set, that woman was nowhere to be found. And that's to say he did not live to reap from the fruits of his labor. But, we thank God he lived a fulfilled life. We thank God for a life well spent. So we have no regrets whatsoever. But he was a good man. That encompasses everything. Except you have any other direct questions?
I will come back to you.
Yeah, we'll come back to you.
Trust me, he's definitely a good man. He was a good man. If not, we won't be doing this show. When we heard that name, oh my God, we were fired up. Sanjo, you're next too. We get gist. Me and you get gist later. Eh?
Yeah, I sit down for you.
All right, you have the floor.
So same question, Sandra.
Oh, same question. Okay. I think my sister has described my late dad perfectly well. I just want to add, yes, he was a doting father, a family man to the core, like my mom also described him. Indeed, he gravitated towards people, or rather, people gravitated towards him. Either way you look at it. He was, like she said again, he was admired by people. He was loved by people. He had this personnel which he exudes. Then he was just, I mean, he had this outstanding, very remarkable personality.
Yeah, that charisma. Yeah.
That charisma, you know, which was so unmistakable, which endeared him, you know, to people. Another, I would describe him again as a first-class administrator, you know, a tireless teacher, an indefatigable educationist. Of course, Lawal effect, you know, the magic wand that he brought with him to command when he came into command in 1984. We'll get to, we'll get to talk more about that. The transformation of command and all of that. So in all, it was just in all aspects, he was just outstanding. You know, he was a great man. Right. And let me use this opportunity to thank you, Anguki, for presenting us this presenting this rare opportunity, availing us your platform, this platform. Yes, I know he was father to everybody, all commandos. They are all of he was loved by everybody, and he exemplified that fatherly love to his students and all that. And so that's how I want to describe him in a nutshell.
Thank you. Yeah, especially the anthem he wrote, and also the hashtag we all use, together we shall win together.
Yes,
it's something he created that we all use as commandos today.
He was a composer.
Yeah, he was a composer.
You know the song, the anthem.
Yeah, the anthem.
You know,
several. What? Who was the one that composed Ipola Darao? Ipola.
Ipola Dara.
I don't know if he ever taught you guys at any point. Did he teach you? Did he take you in any of the subjects?
No, I never had him as a teacher.
Because when I was in Form 5, he taught us English literature.
Oh, really?
Another thing about my dad was that he was knowledgeable in all the subjects, especially English, literature, and math.
He even taught us.
He would teach you. I think he just came out from school a few years back.
Wow.
He was so knowledgeable. But when I was in Form 5, I remember just before our he took us in literature, and he simplified it so well that we were all able to understand it so easily. Even at home, I tell people that while we were growing up, we never had a lesson teacher. Our dad was our lesson teacher. I never had anything like lesson teacher. Yes. And name it any subject. He will take you through it.
So I have two questions for you, Sister Shade and Sonjo. First of all, did the two of you start from Ipaja?
Yeah.
Or you transferred? You both started from one in Ipaja?
I started from Command Kaduna, actually.
Okay.
I started my Form 1. I had my Form 1 at Command Kaduna, then joined Ipaja.
In Form 2?
In my Form 2. Yes, in my Form 2.
So that
was because
I started from command.
Okay. So there's a question I have for you. How did you feel being in Ipaja as your dad as the commandant? Were you uneasy? Or did you enjoy it?
I have forgotten, but please remind me, when did he join? Because
84.
I thought that I was
84.
Yes. Because I was in command before he came, before he was deployed there. I think I probably must have spent a year there or so. So for me, when he came in, I wouldn't say that it really that you have to be more focused. There's somebody there and everybody I was so bent on, I was so worried, I was so scared that even if it is the minimum 5 credits, let me just, so that it won't look like, you this girl, you have come to disgrace me.
I guess that's the question he was trying to ask. Because it's additional pressure.
In fact, so when I was there, the only thing it made me was that I was, very careful. very cautious. I just did not want to fall into any form of trouble because I knew what it would be. What it would look like. So it was the only good thing. One other good thing was that the house was on campus then. So once in a while, I used to sneak home to eat some good food. So
exactly.
So John, how about you? How about you?
Okay, well, what's the question?
How did you feel as your dad being the commandant while you were a student?
Okay, let me take us back. Let me take us back to history a bit. You know, he came in 84, right?
Right.
Up until 84, maybe mid 84, we had Mr. DB Ajayi as the principal.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember.
The military, the army, around that period, decided to hand over the administration of the schools, of the command schools, to the military, to military officers. I remember very well that I got wind of the fact that he will be coming. That there's a colonel, lieutenant colonel then. It was lieutenant colonel then. I got wind of the fact that Lieutenant Colonel Lawal will be coming to take over from DB Ajayi. In fact, if you remember our music teacher then, Kojo Tete.
Yes.
So somehow, I don't know, maybe a few of those teachers, had their ears on ground. Maybe, they got to know that, the person coming in as commandant has children in the school. I think Shadia and I were there, and all that. And Kojo Tete invited me to his office sometime, and some teachers were asking about him. They wanted to know the kind of person he is.
They were trying to get intel. They were trying to get intel. That's it. I said they were trying to get intelligence from you. Just because he was a military officer.
So I was excited. Eventually, I was abreast of, I got more robust or more comprehensive details, about from home, about his coming, the period he will be coming and all that. I was excited and also delighted. Because at that time, Shade, remember, it was in Enugu, am I right?
Yes,
Enugu, yes. So we used to come to Enugu, to
really?
The assistant director, Army Education in Enugu 82D, at that time. So, okay, well, he came, took over from Ajayi, and but let me mention this emphatically. There was no privileges, accorded us as commandant children. Absolutely none. Of course, in fact, I know the other.
No, we're going to get back to that. We'll get back to that.
Exactly.
That's a very interesting story.
Yes.
All right. So
no privilege. He came and he started the transformation drive, essentially.
Wow. Okay, we'll get back to you, Agnos. The Aburo, the baby of the house, has been waiting forever.
Yes, sir.
Shola, you told me one thing. You said you were the baby of the house.
Yes.
Share with us. I want you to start by saying, why did you not come to command?
My dad didn't want me to go there anyway. I took the common entrance, the interview and all of that, Probably he felt I wouldn't be so safe there, but I don't know. For some reason, he just didn't want
Why? Because he had already left? He wasn't there anymore?
Well, maybe because I was his baby and he just felt, well, since I'm not there anymore,
right.
I wouldn't want her to go there.
Okay.
And he loved me so much, no doubt. Okay. And I had to choose between two secondary schools, Adoseye College and Nigerian Navy. In fact, he wanted me to be a day student, but my mom kicked against it. She was the Margaret Thatcher. He wanted me to be going from home, but that would have been too stressful, though.
Right.
So I ended up being a border, like we used to call it then. So he was, like my elder ones have said, he was so caring. He was a father to all. He was strict. He was a teacher, but he wasn't too strict with me, though.
I knew it. I knew that was going to come. You were spoiled.
Their own experience is different from mine, a little bit, But he was somewhat strict. He didn't take nonsense, and he was always particular about studies and all of that. He was my lesson teacher as well, and he made me love music because he used to take me literature and poetry. You get, so that was where my passion for music actually came from, and my friends loved him too, especially when I was in university. He was always there for me. He was always coming to check on me. In fact, he was one of the board members in the university I attended.
Yes.
Wow.
He became one of the board members, but I think when I was in 200 level or 300, somewhere around there, so I had to be serious, I had to be very serious and all of that. I used to feel he would go behind me to check for my scores in the faculty. Sorry about that. My kids are, just all over the place. So, and my friends saw him as their dad too. Anytime he came around, my friends were always excited. Oh, Shola's dad is here. Oh my God, thank God, that means we're going to have good food all through this week, all through this month, things like that. He was really caring. I had some of my cousins too, his siblings' kids, right, that actually attended the same university with me. And I would remember back in the day, when they saw me on campus, they'll be like, Shola, daddy, they refer to him too as daddy. Do you understand? They saw him as their dad. Daddy next week, somehow he must have, informed them and all that. And he treated us all equal, He didn't see me as, oh yes, this is my own child, and these ones are my brothers or sisters' kids and all of that. That's how how caring he was. And when I was in my final year, 500 level, about 3 weeks to the end of my exams when he passed, actually, it was a very, very sad.
Okay, so we're going to get back to you, Shola. Let's go back to Mommy.
Yeah. Okay.
Mommy.
Yes.
How was life being a soldier? And it was very involved. Always that got me. I remember Colonel Lawal, it was very multitasking. He had too many things going on at the same time. The reason why I got so connected to Commander Lawal is so similar to my dad in so many ways. You guys have no idea. My dad was also a principal. He was specialized in English and literature. Yeah. So, and there's a story that I'm gonna bring Sonjo in, that my daddy did the same thing with my brother, and Sonjo will relate to that experience. So, Mom, after his retirement, how was life for Commander Lawal? Because I know it would have been tough because he was very busy. He was a busy man, even mentally, physically. How was life?
After his retirement, it was tough, but we managed it together. That life must continue. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
I understand. We understand. Where you were? Because I know he must have been very bored. I mean, it was a busy.
So what year? Can I ask? What year did he retire from the Nigerian Army?
Oh, sorry, 93.
93.
93.
Okay. Where was he serving after he left command? Where did he go to serve? Is it Army Education? Oh, Ansbach, yeah.
Yes.
So he was there till he retired.
No, before then, he went to Institute of Army Education as the commandant.
Okay.
That's in Ojo Cantonment.
Okay.
Institute of Army Education. Then from there, he went to Nigerian Army Education Corps in Barracks. He was the Colonel General Staff. That's the Colonel GS. He was the second to the commander of the corps at the time.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. I think it was whilst he was there. Mom, is there any other?
No, when he retired.
That he retired, exactly. Yes.
Barracks, yes.
Barracks, yes.
No.
So Sonjo, We're back to you.
Yes.
So tell us.
Resettlement center.
Resettlement center, not
sorry.
Mommy will know now. Mommy will know.
Shodi,
Deputy commandant. Yes.
Yeah, I know that place. Yeah, okay.
Wow, okay.
Okay, that was where it retired. Exactly.
Yeah.
That was where it retired. Yes.
Okay. So he was the commandant there.
He was the deputy commandant.
Deputy commandant.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Sonja.
Yes.
The Comrade community.
Yes.
I've been very interested in this particular story I'm about to ask you. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
So,
I have an idea.
I remember that day in the assembly hall, and I remember very well. Because something similar happened to my older brother in another school.
Yeah.
What happened? What led to that event?
Very cheeky question. Okay.
Yeah.
What led to that event? The senior student at that time, he was a year above me, or ahead of me. His name Sheson Asheri. I don't know if you all remember.
I remember him. He had a younger brother in my set.
Exactly. Incidentally, Sheson Asheri's dad was also a teacher.
Yes,
in the school.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Sheson was in my house, Octopus, and it was a Saturday. I think we usually had this sanitation exercise on Saturday.
Saturday morning.
Exactly. I can't remember. So there was an altercation. It started with an altercation between myself and Sheson, and from there, it culminated in a brawl, fisticuffs and all that. And the last I remember, I didn't even know I hurt him so bad, until I saw him later in the day with red eye. His eyes, his left or right eye, I can't remember which now, was swollen. He had this big, this swollen eyes and all that. He was taken to the MRS, to the medical center there, and the news spread around the entire school, particularly, up to the teachers, the management staff and all of that, the commandant's son was involved in a brawl, with a fellow student, and he injured that particular student so badly in the eyes. In fact, the fear then, the concern then was that he shouldn't go blind, because it was that scary, when you saw that, the effects of that blow, as it's a blow.
So you did a Mike Tyson on him that time.
Yeah, Mike Tyson. But Commandant, that it does not compromise discipline. For him, he would not under any circumstances sacrifice discipline on the altars of convenience or sentiment.
Right.
So I knew what was most likely to come. I knew that, okay, yes. Okay, mommy wants to come in.
No, I thought.
No, continue. No, she's talking to somebody else.
Right.
The nature of the punishment, wasn't quite clear to me, So, the commandant's incident under the carpet, you understand, not minding who's all is God. Understand? So, in the suspension saga, at the time, I was suspended indefinitely, and in spite of, let me mention this, because later years, Mrs. Akiemi is vice principal, and Mrs. Ajose, we met at some event, a few years back and all that, and they recounted, they more or less,
brought it back.
Reminded me and the story. They brought up that incident, and they said that for them, the whole mounted pressure on the commandant, to not to go the suspension route, as it were. They all did everything to dissuade him from, invoking the suspension punishment. But of course not. My dad, was it wouldn't. It wasn't. I was my suspension letter was served on me right there at the admin block, and of course I mean. So he had to send. He sent Captain. Sorry.
No, continue.
He even sent Captain Salihu then to my hostel. Because I was sitting in the hostel that day of that Monday also. So Colonel Salihu, he sent Colonel Salisu, to come and bundle me from the hostel and to bring me to the house, to bring me to the quarters, of course, right there.
Right.
In fact, that was what that's the story behind the suspension.
So how long were you suspended for? 2 weeks or 4 weeks?
Was it indefinite, Sandra?
No, it was 2 weeks. No, it wasn't 2 weeks, because I didn't even write. It seemed that it was it second term? There was this exam that was approaching that time. I think it was
exam.
Yeah. I didn't write that exam. I didn't. I was home, then maybe I now resumed with this, the next, it was indefinite. There was no particular.
So was it up to 6 weeks or longer?
I doubt it.
No, I don't think it was up to 6 weeks.
Okay, so it ended into a holiday period. So okay.
It dovetailed into the period.
Okay, so was it very uncomfortable to be suspended and being at home and see your dad come home every day and you're always scared, acting like you're reading a book or something? Let me know watching TV. The car come, you just take off. Acting like you're reading.
That's very awkward.
It was a bit awkward, Sanjo, to be suspended and being at home and your dad comes and stuff.
They just run inside the room and
went to the house of the person that suspended.
Can you imagine? Yes.
So whenever I came home, you ran into the whole room, Mommy was actually trying to protect you.
No, that period I did everything to avoid him.
Exactly.
To avoid, I mean, when I know he's back or I take off. I did everything conceivable to avoid, because he was to say he was mad, he was furious. That's an understatement. I'm sure my mom may probably remember one or two aspects around that period.
We're going to ask her next.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Mommy, Mommy is laughing. She's laughing. She's reminiscing that period. Mommy, wait. Mommy, okay. How did you receive the news as the mother at that time?
Mommy, we can't see you again now.
What news?
The suspension.
You were suspended.
She was your son's suspension.
Mommy, we can't see you again now.
Maybe can't remember.
Mommy, well, it was okay. It was okay by me because I knew that my husband was a disciplinarian. In order to teach other students, in order to teach other students that anybody that's fumble. If commandant can do this kind of a thing,
right,
for his own son, no matter if that child is the child of head of states, you know,
right, exactly,
same thing will happen. So I was happy about it.
Oh, really?
Great. Yes.
Wow. Oh, so this is what the message we got on campus, because I was a year so just junior, and we were terrified because that message that mommy just said, like, what if this man could suspend his son? We are done.
Yeah.
Better don't mess up.
Yeah.
We're terrified. And you know why? I say you guys have something come over my dad. My dad did the same thing to my brother when he was principal.
Oh, really?
Yes. My brother messed up at home. Not even in school.
No.
He brought him out in assembly ground, flogged him and suspended him.
Wow.
So that's serious. My brother Lawal was so similar to my dad.
Again. Okay, continue. So we actually in command. Everybody knows that commandant was a strict disciplinarian, and he didn't. Even your father was a general. He will suspend you, talk to you. And I remember a couple of accounts when I was actually your dad knew my dad. So I remember the day he saw me walking one day. I was in Form 2 or Form 10. He goes, okay, how are you? How is daddy doing? I'm looking at him. That what does he mean, daddy? He's like, Momo Leke now. He's an enemy officer. I was like, yeah, I can't do anything. The minute he mentioned my dad's first name and mentioned his unit, I was like, what? He knows my dad. He goes, I saw your dad in officer's mess the other day. I was like, Shege, okay. So I was now scared. The minute he mentioned my name, my dad's first name, and my dad's unit, I knew that, okay. Oh, that's what they did. Okay, I became very gentle. Every time he saw me, I was looking at him like, okay, yeah, he knows that. So I can't misbehave.
One thing I have to say though is you guys are blessed. The reason why, because I look at you and I see Commander Lawal because he had an impact on me. I met Ajayi on campus, but I spent 3 years or 5 years with your dad. So I spent more time in my teenage years in high school with your dad. And the impact he had on me, I still, even all those songs, I remember from 35 years ago, almost 35 years ago, I still remember those songs. I remember him playing soccer with us, playing soccer with the students. I remember him coming to sit in the dining hall. I remember that chair, that is walking stick that he used to sit on.
I remember how we started eating 2 pieces of meat.
Exactly.
It used to be one, but after the inter-command debate.
Thank you. Yes.
And command the better word.
Yeah. So, and the reason why I say you're blessed, like, when I see Sonjo, I met him last year. Sonjo, we were together last year, November, in Lagos. There's no way I can look past the fact that this is Commandant's son. Somebody met me in Dallas 2 years ago. He never met me before. He came from London. And he said, I'm a Babalawe. And he held my hands with 2 hands like, your father, you have no idea. That's the way I see you guys. Mommy, that's the way I see you. I'm like, wow, you are the product. You are the spouse of a legend, a myth, the man. In the whole of command, I'm not like Okuima. We're going to bring Okuima on. I can tell you, probably going to tell you the same thing, that Lawal was the best. So
yes, we're looking forward to bringing Okuima to the show.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming on board. We appreciate the great work.
Thank you.
Mommy, thank you for staying up.
Thank you.
Thank you for staying up.
Thank you, everybody.
You don't count, but Sonjo,
you don't count. You're in the same area as me. You're 10 miles away from me.
Yeah. So Sonjo and Sister Shade, thank you for staying up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm actually honored.
Stop. No.
Yes, I'll have to say that when Ife called me on Saturday to say, oh, we are doing this recording, quickly and everything. I was like, wow, the editing is going to take a while. I have to do a lot of work to kind of put this together, and started requesting for pictures and other stuff to put. I was like, yeah, I'm honored to do that. It shows that, the appreciation of our platform, bringing command to light and military schools and the regimental lifestyle we lived in. And also for Colonel Lawal, a lot of people respect the values he impacted in us, the leadership. He was a transformational leader. And even people still talk about, he implemented this. If you had the last 10 and first 3, you sit in the front. And last 10, so people dreaded the last 10. You remember on the 5th edition, that your 88 set, that talked about he was put on the last set, right. Last 10. And when he was going back to the dog, we were like, we don't know, say Sabi book. So continue.
Remember he started the bamboo, the transport, going to get bamboo.
Yes, I did that too. We built our own tent and stuff. So we had a lot of things we did, with the integration with RSM and the AO Sankara and the big thing. So a lot of commandos in our generation that experienced him, then we experienced Obidipe after that. We appreciate it. So, a lot of new commandos of the 2000 set and the 90s never met him. And for Ife and I that do interviews with the 80s and the 90s set, we see the difference between how the 90s set were and even the 2000s. We see the difference because with a lot of things that happened in the 90s set were like, that could never happen when Lawal and Ajayi Oba were there. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, we were like, so we always ask, who is your commandant? Who is your RSM at that time? Because we knew our RSM, we knew the commandant, and the discipline was, next to what was even happening in M. Because we've had 2 different sessions with NMS boys, guys from Nigerian Military School, and they talk about how their own strict discipline was. So he brought that discipline into Ipaja, you understand, and he set that precedence for other commandants to come, and it's been very transformational that it brought us from boys to men and girls to ladies in our productive lives as productive citizens today in our lives. So we really appreciate you sharing him with us in command, and he has left a lasting legacy to us that we appreciated, and we're very honored that you came to us, that you wanted to do this, and for us to kind of speak about his life and what he has done for command and for the students that were there. So we're very thank you very much. We're very thankful. So thank you very much.
So before we wrap this up, Goke, something everybody missed out tonight. I don't know how you guys missed this out. I mean, mommy, you gonna miss it. He was a handsome man.
Oh yes.
Well, Shola said that was our first love now.
You're just saying the obvious. That's not new.
That was handsome, man.
You had your height.
Yes. He had the swag.
So Shola, I guess all other men that were chasing you, he was the benchmark, Abi. He was the benchmark. If they didn't meet that benchmark, you would look at them.
Yes, so
you just have to be a gentleman.
You're mute.
So, how many girls, that tell me, even up till now, the crush they had on commandant.
Yes.
Students then. Yes. Students.
I believe it.
So
Do you know one of the? I'll say one memorable moment that I remember very well was the day he was 2. One was when we did the 10th anniversary of Command Secondary School in 1987. So that was memorable when what's his name? That billionaire from back in the day, Abiola came, with helicopter in. So that, and the second memorable moment of him was when he was promoted to a redneck full bird colonel. It was. We remember that day. He was so, we could see the joy in his face. He had the parade of the cadets. He was so happy. We saw him all around the whole place, with his new full colonel, and stuff like that. So those are 2 things I remember very well of him. That if you see the joy on his face when, hosting Abiola, then also him when he was promoted from lieutenant colonel to, I remember that very well. I could see the smile was different. the smile was different when he got that full colonel rank. I remember that very well.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. So first of all, I want to thank you very much for letting us host you guys and speak to Colonel Lawal's life and the legacy he left behind as the first commandant of Command Secondary School and the precedents he put for the students in the 80s, and also a lasting legacy for everybody to appreciate what he gave you guys as the kids, as students, has taken a lot of us to be very productive citizens as we grow old, and using that same methodology to our kids as we raise our kids has been very inspiring. He inspired a lot of people who met him in command, not just students but teachers. And
thank you very much.
Right, thank you so much. We appreciate
it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
I've been interest.
All right, good night.
Bye.